You could turn the phone off. Amen. We have the ability. The only reason that people are stressed out, burnt out, and tore up is because our hearts are empty. And our hearts are empty not because God don't want to fill them, but our hearts are empty because we're not making time for God to fill our hearts. And we're letting the stressful, come on somebody, we're letting the stressful moments in our life dictate who we are. So you didn't make it on time to the soccer game. There, trust me, you'll be all right. Amen? Yeah. So you got how many said, you know what, honey, I'm not going to church because I'm not going to walk in late because the ushers look at me funny. Come on. There's like somebody comes over right before you're going to go to church and they have a problem, and then somehow, some way you're like, I'm not going to go because God's talking to me. He wants me to stay. No, he don't. That's a distraction. Come on, somebody. It seems like, Pastor Diego, come on now. We've been in ministry long enough to understand this. It seems like people are just waiting for an excuse to not show up. My dog is sick. I got bills to pay. We all have bills to pay. I used to have a dog, but it's been said about me that dogs come to my house to die. I don't know why. I remember my son CJ one time, we had Blue's Clues. It was a chow, right? With a black tongue, chow, right? Is that right, dog? Yeah. Okay, chow. And the Blue's Clues was in the patio. And I had the chemicals for the jacuzzi that I never used, that I didn't want to give away. I'm going to get it. He's going to get to that. I'm going to get to that because sometimes we stuff our lives with so many things that we don't even use, and then God comes and is trying to find a little wedge to come into your life to do something amazing in your life. Come on, somebody. But you're so stuffed with all. Oh, come on. Am I in the right place today? Amen. Your garage, it was designed to park a car in it, but the car don't fit because we got boxes. Amen. Amen. We want to keep things handy, so we have screwdrivers and drills and hammers and tools in the drawer in the kitchen. They belong in the garage. But I don't want to have to go too far to find the solution for what I'm dealing with. If the door is falling down, I want to put it together. No, the drill stays there and it clutters up, and now you can't fit the phone book in, and you wonder when your car breaks down, you can't find the mechanic's number, because we need to start putting things in their place. We need to start putting things in our life in perspective. Yeah. You have to choose what's valuable in your life. If you don't start putting a value on your time, if we don't start putting a value on the space in our heart, come on somebody, it was bought by a price. The Bible said he paid a ransom for the cleanliness, for the clarity, for the wholeness, for the peace of heart that he's given you. God valued it, called Jesus Christ. He gave his son for your heart. And we let it get cluttered with stuff. Am I in the right place today? Amen. Let's go to Psalm chapter 63, verse 1. Your heart was designed to be filled only with God. Turn to someone and say, only with God. Only with God. Only with God. It's not the muscle. I'm not talking about this blood pump muscle thing right here, because this thing goes out. I'm talking about the heart of man, the spirit of man, your believer, your knower. Turn to someone and say, your knower. Your knower. Where faith comes from, where understanding comes from, where love comes from. Amen. Don't miss it, church, because I'm going to tell you something. Without God, we can't love, because God is love, and he gave himself in order for us to give love to others. Amen. And sometimes we miss it. We think we can keep loving and not give God time or room in our life, and we can't. That's right. Amen. Because sometimes we miss it, Pastor Diego. We call love giving people money for gas to go away from God. Come on, somebody. And and not allowing them to struggle, because in the struggle, in the darkness, is when you hear the voice of God and you find God and you experience God. Come on, somebody.